purest and most systematic statement of National Socialist ideology does not leave the identity of its God in doubt. It tells its readers to leave the desert god Yahweh to the Jews, and to take instead the All-Father of the Germans as their own. The race becomes salvation. The enemy becomes metaphysics. The possessed man calls himself history. Come under the rune. Come under the eye. Come where the blood remembers what reason may die. I am the hunt behind you. I am the storm before birth. I am the god in the marrow who chooses the worth. Leave the desert to silence. Leave the cross to the weak. I bring the All Father's thunder to the mouths that cannot speak. One eye for vision, one Volk for flame, one Führer, one frenzy, one deathless name. I took the hammer from the worker, took the wound from the class, poured it into blood and soil, gave the old lie a mask. Proletarian became Aryan, bourgeois became Jew. The dialectic changed its costume, but the machine still knew. Finance in the counting house, Bolshevik in the street. Two claws of the same phantom at the Volk's holy feet. Common good before the person, race before the eye. I baptized the collective in a biologized sky. I called envy justice, called resentment fate, called the neighbor vermin so the herd could learn to hate. I made the enemy cosmic, made the scapegoat divine. Every contradiction vanished in the purity sign. See the circle closing, see the stare become law. See the future retroactively judge what the bloodstream saw. You were weighed before your breathing, you were named before your face. Every child in my equation is a function of race. I am the wild hunt after God. I am the blood that eats the name. I am the Wotan in the Volk. I am the storm that calls the flame. Class war crowned in racial skin. Death made sacred, murder clean. I build my right from bone and myth. I make a serene, right, through the ruins of reason. Burn, 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 every soul out of season. I am the law of fang and frost. I am the eye that never sleeps. The man dissolves, the race remains. The god awakes, the nation weeps. Before your clocks, I was ice. Before your books, I was flame. Ginunga gap in laboratory glass, Veltis Larry in my name. Fire struck ice and the cosmos screamed, so I forged a science from dream. I made the void where ancestral law made myth pass for supreme. The light elf froze in the Nordic skull, the superman shone in the grave. Divinized ancestors marching back, demanding the living be brave. Not brave as the person who suffers, not brave as the conscience alone, but brave as the berserker emptied into frenzy, Führer and throne. Valhalla without heaven, sacrifice without grace. A skull on the collar, a god in the face. Death is my Eucharist, war is my psalm. The corpse is a seed in the soil of a calm. Come to the hall of the chosen. Come to the feast of the slain. Come where the self is an offering, and the wound forgets pain. pity for breath, only glory made holy by the liturgy of death. I am the wild hunt after God. I am the blood that eats the name. I am the wotan in the Volk. I am the storm that calls the flame. Class war crowned in racial skin. Death made sacred murder clean. I build my Reich from bone and myth. I make a remains. The God awakes. The nation weeps. In the year when the philosopher broke, when Dionysus wore in northern eye, the horse in Turin trembled, and the old gods crossed the sky. A painter saw the wild hunt, black horse, black wind, black will. A storm god's face from canvas looked forward, hungry still. Then the child of down, now open like a wound in April rain. The archetype found the throat, and the throat learned the nation's pain. Possessed, possessed, possessed. One-eyed hunter, storm possessor, a grafer of the crowd. I did not need an argument when I could become the cloud. He admired the painted thunder, he rehearsed the haunted stare. He made the podium an altar, and the masses breathed his air. Young, Young heard the river filling, Wotan in the German ground. A god suppressed by baptism returned as marching sound.
Who owns the man when the god arrives?
Who speaks when the vessel screams?
Who counts the dead in second reality?
Where murder is only a dream. If blood is truth, then truth must bleed. If race is God, then man must fall. If the archetype is sovereign, the person is nothing at all. Blood, soil, fate, Volk, ice, fire, I, smoke. There is only blood.
There is no conscience.
There is only flood.
There is no neighbor.
There is only threat.
There is no mercy.
There is only debt.
There is no given order.
There is only will.
There is no God above me.
There is only care. Then why do you need the lie? Why must the Jew be banker and red? Why must the worker be blood instead? Why must your heaven require a grave? Why is your God only strong when men rave? Why does your myth fear a single free mind? Why does your race leave the person behind? You stole the class war's furnace, changed the names on the chain. You called the old envy biology, called the old hatred pain. You murdered the transcendent, then enthroned the tribe. You curse the universal so the idol could survive. You called possession awakening, you called frenzy sight, you called slaughter hygiene, you called darkness light. But the real does not become unreal because the crowd agrees. A man is not dissolved by ancestral disease. The soul is not a blood cell, the mind is not a race. No archetype can answer for the singular face. Can bury being, no myth can pardon Cain, no Reich can make a heaven from a continent of pain. No storm god owns the conscience, no rune can cleanse the knife, no folk can be a savior if it feeds upon a life. Reason is not rudeness, mercy is not decay, the given is not weakness, the person is not pride. Saved when the soul is blessed. One eye sees, one blood reigns, one folk lies, one world in chains, one conscience stands, one truth remains. Being is given, love breaks chains. I am the wild hunt after God. You are the storm with a corpse for a crown. I am the blood that eats the name. The name survives when the idol falls down. I am the Wotan in the vault. Possession is not prophecy. I am the storm that calls the flame. Frenzy is not destiny. Class war crowned in racial skin. You kept the furnace, changed the sign. Death made sacred, murder clean. No blood can make the butcher divine. I build my rage from bone and myth. Bone remembers what myth denies. I make apocalypse serene. The real returns with open eyes. I will not be blood without person. I will not be tried without soul. I will not be seized by the hunter who demands that the living be cold. I stand in the order of being, not invented by party or race. I answer the given creation, the neighbor, the conscience, the face. No, all father against the father. No folk got over the truth. No ice-born second reality can make the old lie new. No deicide makes man higher. No homicide makes earth clean. No West can turn back into politics. Calm the killing machine. Break the rune, break the stair, break the storm god's poison prayer. Break the myth, break the flow. Let the person stand alone. One mind, one soul, one breathing name. Not fuel for the racial flame. The blood is not salvation. The race is not the real. The vote is not redemption. The wound is not a seal. The storm is not transcendence. The eye is not the sun. The God who needs possession is already undone. The right is not the kingdom. The grain is not the gate. The man who will not worship blood has stepped outside your fate. The hunt passed over the mountains. The banners rotted in rain. The God that fed on nations was only hunger with a name. I was not born for the furnace. I was not made for the herd. I was not saved by the slogan. I was not freed by the sword. Let the runes fall silent. Let the storm lose breath. Let the eye close empty on its empire of death. The real remains. The given order stands, and man is still more than blood when he refuses the possessed command. I will not become